Hello, good morning. Early morning this morning it was. Just after 5 o'clock, I went to the local market here just to see what everybody was doing while they were buying the weekly provisions, I suppose you'd call it. And it's always interesting to see how hustle and bustle first thing in the morning is in the market because everything is so fresh and so just it looks so fresh. You go later on in the day, and the sun's been on it for a while, and it just doesn't look the same as it does first thing in the morning at 5 in the morning when it's dark out there. But I'm always reminded how quickly it goes from darkness to brightness, and that's a bit like our spirit and ourselves, isn't it? Really, we sometimes we feel a little dark. Something is bothering us. Something is playing on our minds. But sooner or later, the sun shines through and the brightness lifts our spirit. So I'd like you to enjoy watching my few minutes just at the market, and we'll carry on with my thought for the day after. Well, I'm back again. I hope you enjoyed watching all those lovely, delicious fruits of the region and all the happy faces around there selling their wares. And back to my thought for the day. We talk a lot about communication on this channel, and this morning was no different. When they got back in the car, they said something to me. I must have asked them 5 or 6 times. I just could not understand what they were talking about. It's the diction. And I do, even to this point, think they were talking about the price of fish. They didn't buy it because they thought it was too expensive. And I do believe it's the fish, but I'll remain questioning what I actually heard. But there's a massive example of how somebody can be talking English to me and it just doesn't resonate always. And I've got good hearing aid in now, so I can hear everything quite clearly as to what they're saying, but it's the diction that gets me baffled sometimes. Some Filipino can talk with a very clear diction, and even if the word is slightly not understood, you can usually work out what they're talking about by the rest of the sentence. But today is a day of excitement for me because today I go and have my mould done at 9 o'clock this morning, just down the road from that rather tragic incident involving quite a few people passing away at the scene. A husband and wife, and the wife apparently was pregnant, and another person, but as well as the three that lost their lives, reported in the news, a total of 7 people were injured as well as a total. So there were 4 people that not inside the car that ended up hit by bullets sprayed around the area. And my thoughts go out to those and hope that they have a speedy and safe recovery. But again, as I say, it's a difficult time around election time in the Philippines. It goes with the territory. Some countries are prone to this type of thing, and some aren't. I don't believe that we have that problem in Australia or New Zealand, but time will only tell how crazy the world becomes. But moving on, today is going to be good because it's heading towards the final stages of my recovery, of getting my teeth finally sorted. So I'm hopeful that, as they said, maybe 3 to 4 days after today, I should see my new pair of upper and lower plate delivered and fitted, probably by Tuesday, Wednesday next week. So that will be really good. Just in time for payday. So the whole process will have cost me around 50,000 pesos. So I think that's pretty reasonable to have to pay as, in a way, a private individual. There's no subsidy. I don't believe you get any discount for being a senior, but I will ask just to see. But yes, so that's my not so interesting thought for the day. But the other point before I go, and that is doing my simulcast, I'll call it a simulcast, on both British Expat and also a Grumpy Brit in the Philippines. It's interesting to see when I do the live that last night I had nearly 700 plus views, which I really do appreciate. And surprisingly, it was only about 290, I think, on British Expat. So either less of the people are now watching because they're watching on the other channel. So spread over the two, that's pretty good for a 1 hour live to have effectively 1,000 views. That's pretty amazing, really. 1,000 people out there taking the time to listen and watch this British Expat in the Philippines and listen to my waffling on for a whole hour. So thank you all for tuning in to both of them. I think it's quite a good idea to have a simulcast because it means that you both can share in what's going on, and I will still continue to do my individual thought for the day on both channels. So thank you again for all your support, and we look forward to seeing you again maybe later today on each of the different channels. Bye now.